Hi, this is Sherry. Welcome to my channel, empowering you to be the best you that you can be. And today I wanted to talk with you about 5 of my favorite books. Now, I love books, and these are some of my top 5 favorites that I wanted to recommend to you. I recommend them to lots and lots of people, a lot of my clients, a lot of friends, and they are amazing. And so let's get started with it right away. My first one that I love is by a man named Sadhguru. Guru. This is what the cover looks like. I think it's an awesome looking cover. And the funny story about this is that one day I was like, I really need a guru. I need to find somebody that can give me some wisdom. And I started looking on YouTube and I found him and I started listening to his videos and I'm like, okay, this guy's funny. He's funny. He's full of wisdom, big heart. I love his work. And so I would definitely want to share this with you. So I wanted to share a little bit out of the book to you. One of the things I would say that I love about him a lot is that he shares little stories, little like metaphors in the stories, and I just love this. And anyway, I guess I should tell you what the book's called. This book is called Engineering, inner engineering, excuse me, a yogi's guide to joy. And absolutely brilliant. Really love it. So let me read a little bit to you here about love. Love, love. Love is never between two people. It is what happens within you, and your interiority need not be enslaved to someone or something else. Try this for 15 minutes or so. Go sit with something that means nothing to you right now. Maybe a tree, a pebble, a worm, or an insect. Do it a few days in a row. Sorry. After a while, you will find you can look upon it with as much love as you do your wife or husband or mother or child. Maybe the worm does not know this. This doesn't matter. If you can look at everything lovingly, the whole world becomes beautiful in your experience. Ah, absolutely love that. So again, just a phenomenal human being, and I think that you will absolutely love this book. Check it out. And I will actually be leaving the links of the books below in the comments or the description, not the comment. Okay. Oh, next one. This book, I'm going to tell you, this one right here, um, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. You can see I have it tabbed. I have it tabbed. I have so much of it highlighted. Now I'm going to tell you, Dr. Joe Dispenza, the author, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One. This book, let me tell you, this book is something to sink your teeth into. I mean, really take a bite out of it because it's not a fast read. It's something that you're going to have to take your time with. At least I did. Maybe you won't. I had to. Some of this stuff, I was like, wow, Joe, that's like woof over my head. I had to really go back and reread some things. And I have reread a lot of it. And because it's just fabulous. It's just fabulous information. Overcoming your environment, overcoming your body, overcoming time, survival versus creation. Most of us are in survival mode. 3 brains, thinking to doing to being. I mean, it's just fabulous work. So I did want to read a part out of this for you. And not that part. See, I have it marked so many places. This part is really cool because it's looking at like, he talks about how we create how we create habits of emotion. So like we can create a habit and of a feeling. So mine was sadness. I created the habit of sadness. This actually blew me away. And I've been studying and studying psychology. I have a degree in counseling and never heard it that way. Never ever heard it that way. That it actually can become a habit of feeling a certain way. And I had created this habit of sadness on my path. And really, again, that's like the whole title, breaking the habit of being yourself. And so there's a chart in here. It's got your model of change. So you have your familiar past, and then we want to change into a new future. And he has it broken down. So familiar past, unlearning. The new future would be relearning. Familiar past, breaking the habit of being yourself. And the new future, reinventing a new self. The familiar past, unfiring and unwiring. And new future is firing and wiring. So we're going to fire, and what he's saying is firing, wiring new neurons in your brain. Familiar past, unmemorizing an emotion in the body. Ooh, this was such a big one for me. That was the sadness I was feeling in my body all the time. The new future is reconditioning the body to a new one, new mind and emotion. Familiar past, losing your mind. I love that. And the new future is creating a new one. And so that's just some of the chart. There's a little bit more here to it. However, I wanted to just give you a sneak peek at it. I highly, highly recommend this book. Just a brilliant guy. So that's number 2. Number 3. I think everybody puts this on their list because it's so good. The Untethered Soul. Ah, love it. Michael Singer, love him. This is great, a great book. And I got so much out of this. And I read this one a couple of times too. And it's actually a pretty fast read. It was for me. And one of the things that I loved about what he said, he talked about, it's right away in chapter 2, he talks about your inner roommate. And that's the voice that's taking space up in your head. That one that's telling you things like, you shouldn't do this or you should do that. And what I love about it is he describes it to like having that inner roommate sitting next to you. So it's a way to separate that the thinking that you're having, like to kind of start to go, wait a minute, that's not the real voice that I want to listen to. So he kind of puts it over here. So I want to give you a little peek at that because it's really powerful when you can start to realize like your thoughts are your thoughts. They're not necessarily you. You're not actually the essence of you isn't making that up. It's the old messages that you're having. So having it sitting next to you, and so I think it gives you a degree of separation from the thought. So here's what it can look like. He's saying that you're sitting down on the couch, you're getting ready to watch a show, and here's what starts happening. It's sitting next to you, and it's sitting next to you on the couch talking to itself. And this is what it's saying. Did you turn off the lights downstairs? You better go check. No, not now. I'll do it later. I want to finish watching the show. No, do it now. That's why the electric bill is so high. You sit in silent awe watching all of this, and a few seconds later, your couchmate is engaged in another dispute. Hey, I want to get something to eat. I'm craving some pizza. Oh, no, you can't have pizza now. It's too far to drive. But I'm hungry. When am I going to eat? So you can kind of see how he puts this together. It's absolutely brilliant. It's helped me a lot with the way that I, my own thinking, and then also having this help a lot of my clients by saying, hey, actually it helps you detach from the thinking. And there's one more thing at the end that I really want to read to you because I really think that this is super powerful. It really got to me. It got to me so much I underlined it, and I do typically underline things that really get to me. So this one I love. Contemplate this and let go of the idea of a judgmental God. You have a loving God. In truth, you have love itself for a God. And love cannot do other than love. Your God is in ecstasy, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if God is in ecstasy, I wonder what he sees when he looks at you. Ah, love it. So even if maybe you believe in the universe or the divine, you can replace that with God. So anyway, that's number 2, one of my favorites. All right. Number 3. Oh, this woman is fantastic. Loving What Is by Byron Katie. The 4 questions that can change your life. Yeah, I got that right. I almost said life-changing questions. The 4 questions that can change your life. I am telling you, why wouldn't you want to read this? Like, I saw that. I was like, 4 questions that could change my life. Sign me up. I want to read it. It's absolutely brilliant. And I want to mention to you with her too, she has this amazing worksheet on her website that actually takes you through this process. I think it's called The Work. And so you can go to her website and check it out. And I can include the links in the bottom. I'm not getting anything out of this, by the way. I'm not getting a commission off of promoting her. I just love her work. So anyway, I wanted to read you the 4 questions so that, oh, actually there's 2 things. I wanted to read you the 4 questions, and then I have a little thing that she wrote in here that I really loved. So hold on, let me find the 4 questions. Okay. So the little saying that she writes little thoughts at the beginning of the chapter that I love. You're either attaching to your thoughts or inquiring. There is no other choice. So I love that. I love that she's breaking that down, like, because we can attach to our thought and it just starts to spin us out. And I do a lot of that work with clients when they have anxiety and they're in discomfort, is that because they're attached to this certain type of thinking and they just keep attaching and they're not like looking at the thought. They're just spiraling instead. So I love about that. I love the distinguishing the, I don't even know if that's the word, the difference between the attaching and the inquiring. I guess that's what I wanted to say. So the 4 questions, 4 amazing life-changing questions are, number 1, and it's really about what you're thinking. Is it true? Number 2, can you absolutely know that it's true? Number 3, how do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? And number 4, who would you be without the thought? And turn it around and find 3 genuine examples of how the turnaround is true in your life. Fabulous. I mean, if you want more information, get the book and also get the worksheet. The worksheet's free, so go to her website. Go now. Awesome. Anyway, that's book 4. Rocking along. And last but never least, one of my favorite people ever, and he is no longer with us, unfortunately. He has left such an incredible mark on this world and has really meant, getting emotional, because this was one of the first books I ever read when I started working on myself and on my own personal development journey. So it's just living proof that writing can have a profound effect on people's lives, because this did me. So, whew. Power of intention. Learning to co-create your world your way. I didn't want to get the subtitle wrong. Thoughts from the power of intention. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Brilliant. You are intended out of love. You must be love in order to intend. I just fabulous. And again, this one too, like I have it bookmarked, and so I have it, I don't usually like to dog ear my books, but this one, oh my gosh, I did so many of them. And so there's so much in here that I could share with you. Goodness, it's so interesting how I got so emotional just then. Genuinely got a lot from this guy. I came up with the word awakened dreamer because of him. Just because he awakened something in me to dream again, and that put me on the path of doing more and more work. So really appreciate him so much. And here's one that I'll read to you from the book. It's why is everyone here so happy except me? Because they have learned to see goodness and beauty everywhere, said the master. Why don't I see goodness and beauty everywhere? Because you cannot see outside of you what you fail to see inside. Woo! So again, I mean, it really aligns with who I am, and it aligns with the work that I do with other people, is that we tend to collectively, humanly, look outside of ourselves for the answers, and look at outside ourselves for goodness and happiness and all that. And really, it starts to come within here. What do we see in here? And so go get it. It's fantastic. It's like, I mean, I've had this for so long. This is like an old version cover and everything. So go get it. It's awesome. And again, I'll put this in the link below. So that's number 5. Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. Fantastic. Fantastic. So those are my 5 right now. I'll have more. Those are my 5 right now on my top 5 of my favorite books that I would recommend to you to go check out. And again, I'll put them in the links in the description below. And thank you so much for checking out the video. And also, please feel free. I would love it if you would put your favorite books in the comments. I would love to know what you're reading. and share with me, yeah, share with me what you're reading and what you like. All right. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.